For the first time in recent memory, I'm giving Jerry Jones his props. You did your thing. You did your thing. This was a good move. I could say a great move. And when you have a guy in CD Lamb whose wide receiver twos or threes was Cavante Turpin or Jalen Tolbert, there had to be a change. There had to be a change. And it was a reason why CD's usage rate was so high, is because there was nobody else to throw to. But now it's a new era in Dallas. It's a new era in Dallas. And George Pickens is now a Dallas Cowboy. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, bet. I love it. Great move. Now there's no excuses. There's no excuses for Dak Prescott. Because what Cowboys fans and what Dak apologists will do is that they'll try to act like for all of Dak's career, he ain't have great talent around him. Like he didn't play with a prime Zeke Elliott, like didn't have Dez Bryant, prime Marty Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, all these guys, great defenses, great offensive lines. They want to act like none of that happened and just grade Dak's whole entire tenure in the league based on last season. I'm here to tell you there are no excuses for Dak Prescott. And what's going to happen is the Cowboys are going to get a bunch of hype in the beginning of the season. And Dak is going to throw for a whole lot of yards. What they say, empty calories. And then come December, matter of fact, better yet, come January, when the Cowboys fall on their face and they fold and Dak Prescott shows us who he really is, there's no excuse. Because one thing that bothered me this season was seeing the Cowboys flame out early. I'll say it again because maybe some of y'all ain't really peeped what I just said. I was actually bummed out when I realized the Cowboys season was over damn near before it started last season. I mean, the joy that I get, the joy that Eagles fans get, the joy that NFL fans get is seeing Cowboys fans talk crazy. This our year. How about them Cowboys? Dak is this. Dak is that. Did you see Micah Parsons? Oh my God, CeeDee Lamb, he's the best wide receiver in the game. And then come to playoffs, they get cooked. That's my satisfaction. That's what I live for. That's what I wake up, eat, breathe, and sleep for, bruh, is seeing their faces when Jordan Love drops 35 plus on their head at home, at day building. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see. And so ultimately, there's no excuses, bro. Now, on a football note, like I'll be fair, like on like non-trolling football note, like this move makes the Cowboys go from selecting top 10 in next year's draft to being a wild card contender. If you are a Commanders fan, now you got competition. If you are a Bears fan, Vikings, Packers, hell, like Bucks, Falcons, all these teams that's going to be hunting for that wild card spot, I can say Lions. You never know. They can take a step back. Now y'all got some competition. That's what it is. And I know that George Pickens doesn't have the best track record in terms of keeping his head, keeping his cool on the field. And I genuinely mean this. I take no satisfaction of that happening. I want the Cowboys, I want George Pickens to show their best selves. And what I get joy from is seeing the Cowboys show their best self. No distractions, no BS, and they still get their ass whooped. That's what I love to see. That's what I live for. And so ultimately, I hope that happens. I hope none of the off-field, on-field stuff. I mean, this guy, George Pickens, be crashing out. He do. He be crashing out. So I think it's the end of his rookie year. He wants a deal. I think George Pickens is going to be on his best behavior. I think CeeDee Lamb is going to be happy that there's somebody else that can frankly take the top off the defense, and that leaves more room for him to operate in between the hashes. So this is going to be a good thing for CD, for Dak Prescott, and I'll give Jerry Jones his credit. Jerry Jones cooked. He did. Because when you got Tyler Booker from Alabama, some could argue, why didn't you get Matthew Golden? Why didn't you get Luther Burden? Like, why didn't you get another wide receiver to pair up with CeeDee Lamb? Now I see Jerry Jones is saying, I'm going to make sure this offensive line is better. And then I'm going to go out here and trade and be aggressive and trade for a wide receiver. So are the Cowboys on the Eagles level? Hell no. What the helly? What the Heliante? What the Halliburton? Hell no. But I will say they are significantly better. And now you're looking at a playoff contender. Like, they can really, really make a run to get to the playoffs. But we know who is that top dog. We know who won the Super Bowl. We know who just came off hoisting that Lombardi trophy right in front of the art museum. That's the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what I have in my hat right now. And some Eagles news right now. Dallas Goedert is back, baby. He's back. And it's a pleasant surprise. It is. Because I did not think that the Eagles were willing to pay for an older tight end hitting 30 years old with injury issues when you got a boatload of players that you got to pay in the future and or this season on your books. Ultimately, here's what happened. Dallas Goedert pulled a Josh Sweat. He essentially said, I'm going to bet on myself, shout out Philly Cheese, and I'm going to double down. Because what Josh Sweat did last season, he took the opposite approach from Hassan Reddick. He said, all right, I'm going to take a pay cut, I'm going to ball out, and I'm going to cash in. Hassan Reddick, he held out, and then now, he's on the Bucks, but it's not for the deal that he really, really wanted, what he was asking for. Dallas Goedert, he's 30. He obviously loves Philly. He obviously wants to stay in Philly. But what he did was he looked at his trade market. He saw that there aren't a boatload of teams, if any, that want to pay that premium price for him, that $14+ million. And so he's saying, I might as well take a pay cut, go back to Philly, and if and when the Eagles win the Super Bowl or make a deep playoff run and Dallas Goedert balls out, he's going to get a big payday somewhere. It's going to be somebody. Because if Dallas Goedert plays 15, 14 games next season, balls out, has like 800 some yards, 700 yards, maybe like 6 TDs, goes crazy in the playoffs, there's going to be a team that's going to give him like 40 some mil guaranteed. I believe that. I believe that. If 40's dragging it 30, like he's going to get a pay bump. And that's what he's banking on. And so I love it. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. It is a win-win with the Eagles and Dallas Goedert because he now has all incentive to have the best career of his career coming up because he wants that payday. And he's not getting that if he's injury prone, which obviously like he can't necessarily forecast or whatever. Some of that stuff is just maybe you injury prone, maybe you not, whatever the case may be. But also he's going to be on his game on the field in the playoffs. And not only does that help the Eagles on the field, of course, but it helps Dallas Goedert potentially get a payday. So I love it. And I love this approach. And ultimately, I feel like more athletes should take the Dallas Goedert and Josh Sweat approach when they're trying to get a pay raise. Unless you're Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, like some blue chip player, that holding out stuff that Hassan Reddick did, that's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you. Like, you might as well just take a pay cut and say, yo, I'm going to be on a Super Bowl contender. Let me rock out. And if we have a great run, and if I ball out on the biggest stage, Josh Sweat was not going to get the contract he got from the Cardinals if he did not ball out in the Super Bowl. Josh Sweat is a B player that in the playoffs played A plus. And by doing that, you get yourself like 20 some extra guaranteed. And 20 some $20 million guaranteed. That's the advantage you have. Now, if you go to a team for less money that isn't as good, you're going to be missing the playoffs, maybe like a first round exit. Like, that don't do nothing. That don't move the needle, especially if you're older. Like, if you're older to get paid, you got to really perform on the biggest stage, I feel like. Or just have a astronomically career year and just have a resurgence, essentially. That's the only way. So, again, I'm happy about Dallas Goedert. I'm happy it worked out. And for y'all just to know who's listening, who's watching, the contract details, Goedert was set to make $14 million this year. They restructured it. He's making $10 million with $1 million in incentives. So he could potentially make $11 million if he hits all his incentives. And if he hits all his incentives, he will get a bigger deal somewhere else. And we should all be happy about that. And my last thing on Dallas Goedert, I think Dallas Goedert is a top 2 tight end in Eagles history. The ones that come to mind, Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, Brent Selleck. Zach Ertz, I believe, is number 1. He's number 1. From 2013, 2021, he was dominant, flat out dominant. And we know what he meant to us in terms of defeating Tom Brady, Bill Belichick in a shootout. You don't win that game. You don't win the first championship in Eagles history without Zach Ertz. But the same could be said about Dallas Goedert and winning your second and going to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years. And that's where I got him, number 2. I mean, this guy is top 2 in receiving yards in postseason franchise history. Now, if you want to take Brent Selleck, obviously pass catcher, not the pass catcher that Zach Ertz and or Dallas Goedert are, but a phenomenal run blocker, phenomenal pass protector. If you want to say Brent Selleck over Goedert, I'm not going to sneeze at it. It's not a crazy take. But I look at Goedert, I'm like, if you're really producing at the highest level in the playoffs, you get that bump for me. I stay consistent. Because what matters to me is what you do in the playoffs. That's what matters to me. And I'm not saying it's all on Brent Selleck because obviously as a tight end, you can only control so much. Your whole team got to be nice in order for you to have a deep run. But I'm rolling with Goedert, bro. I'm rolling with Goedert. Let's rank the NFC East wide receivers. Number 1, A.J. Brown. It's clear cut. I frankly don't think it's a debate. Number 2, CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is one of them ones, a really, really good, really great wide receiver in this league. He's number 2. Number 3, Scary Terry. Eagles fans are going to get upset. I love Devonta Smith, but Scary Terry, I mean, he has produced with Taylor Heineke, Sam Howell. I mean, not two good quarterbacks. And then once he teamed up with a legit quarterback in Jane Daniels, it was night night. Number 4, Devonta Smith. Devonta got my respect. And I feel like on most teams in this league, he would be a wide receiver 1. Number 5, George Pickens. Now, I could actually be contradicting myself a little bit, and I will flat out say it. I will flat out say it because you talk about guys that have done stuff with bums at quarterback. George Pickens has been productive with Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett. I mean, it don't matter who throwing him the ball. Just throw it up. Pickett's going to grab that jump. Just throw it up. I mean, Russell Wilson literally did this. He's somewhere, and Pickens would grab the ball. So if somebody want to say Pickens is over Devontae, I don't hate it, but I see more consistency from Devontae in his career. And I guess the knock on Devontae would be, well, you've always played with a elite quarterback in Jalen Hurts in my eyes, and what are you going to do with not an elite quarterback, right? That could be a fair assessment, but we'll say Devontae 4, Pickens 5. Number 6, Malik Neighbors. It sound crazy. But here's my thing, bro. I got to see you do it again. I do. All these guys that I've named before Malik Neighbors, they've done it season after season after season. They've done it. And so I think Malik Neighbors can end up being a top 5 wide receiver in this game. He could be top 6, top 7, all that stuff. And he's trending upward. And I think he would probably have a real breakout season if he had Shedeur Sanders. And I think by his comments on Carmelo Anthony's podcast, he made it clear. He made it abundantly clear that I wanted Shedeur Sanders. I don't know what Joe Shane or Brian Daboll are doing, but I know talent. All you Instagram trolls that say Shedeur Sanders ain't good, I know talent, and I know that he's a baller. And ultimately, that might hurt Malik Neighbors' numbers next season because you got Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston or Jackson Dart. That's a step down. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry it is. But Malik Neighbors, he's number 6. After that, you got 7, 8, 9. Probably Wan'Dale Robinson. 8, Jalen Tolbert. 9, Jahad Campbell. I don't know who else. Like, what? You got Serpin? I don't know. But I feel like in terms of like the dogs, like the real, like bona fide, we know what it is. That's where it is. So probably Wan'Dale Robinson, number 7. Ooh, I'm drawing on Debo. After Malik, I say Debo, but I don't look at Debo like a real wide receiver. Like he's a wide receiver / running back, really more of a running back. We're keeping it a beam. Shout out CD Deuce. But that's what it is. So I guess I say Debo is number 7. Number 8 is Wan'Dale Robinson. Number 9, Jahan Dotson. And number 10, you can't pick who you want. I'll just say Jalen Tolbert. So that's what it is. That was my ranking of NFC East wide receivers. And yeah, I think Devonta Smith, looking at the title of this episode, like, is he underrated? For sure. I definitely think he is. And I would definitely say, like, he's a top 15 wide receiver in this league. For sure. He's going to be a wide receiver 1 on most teams. Like, do I have him over Drake London? Yes. Chris Olave? Yes. The guys who I probably have over Smitty, here are the only wide receivers I would have over Smitty. A.J. Brown, Jettas, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Puka, that's 5. CD Lamb, that's 6. I don't want to forget nobody. Mike Evans, so that's 7. Um, Nico Collins, that's 8. Uh, I think that's. I don't want to miss nobody, bro. And if y'all watching this John right now, comment down below who am I missing out on? Who am I missing out on? But I'm looking like Buffalo ain't got nobody. Dolphins talked about Tyreek. Patriots, nah. Jets, nah. Said the Cowboys. Giants, no. Eagles, AJ. Commanders, oh, Scary Terry. So that's 9. The Ravens, no, I'm not picking Zay Flowers. The Bengals got Jamar Chase, but Higgins, I don't know. It's kind of like a tie. Browns, hell no. Steelers, heck no. I was about to cuss. Bears, nah, nobody on the Bears. Amon-Ra St. Brown, okay, that's 10. And then Packers, no. Vikings said Jettas. Yeah, so it's probably 10. It's probably 10. It's probably 10. So he's definitely top 15. He's definitely you cannot say 15 wide receivers are better than Devonta Smith, and that's cap. That's cap. And it's annoying. Here's my last point. It's annoying sometimes because they will say that the Eagles are a super team, but then when it comes to rating individual Eagles players, we're somehow underrated. Like, how can you be a super team, but Jalen Hurts is an elite? How can you be a super team and you don't have AJ Brown in your top 5 wide receivers? How can you be a super team and y'all sleep on Nolan Smith? You don't say that Jalen Carter is the best DT in the league. You don't know about Jelix Hunt, Moro Jomo. You say that Jordan Davis fat. You say Quinion and Coop, okay, they cool, 1-year wonder. So I'm like, how are they a super team if everybody you say is something except the O line? Because obviously with that, you can't say nothing. I mean, if you got anything to say about the O line, I mean, you just gotta strip your NFL card. Like what are you talking about, right? So a lot of this is like tongue in cheek, but it is funny. Like you'll have Commanders fans like rank the Eagles versus Commanders position by position, and then rank the Commanders over the Eagles in several position groups, whether it's like their secondary, whether it's quarterback, whether it's D line. And it's like, then that means y'all shouldn't have got 50 balled. Y'all shouldn't have lost by 30. If that's what it is, make it make sense. Make it make sense. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It is real talking about Johnson. Y'all know I always keep it real. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We are going up. And man, oh man, I'm actually about to move into a new spot. Man, oh man, God is good. God is good. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Peace.